Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 5, Episode 32. Happy Independence Day to all of my American listeners, and this would be a great day for you to play or pick up a copy of my escape room game, The Independence Incident. It will be timely today. If I'm really on the ball, there will be a link to that in the comments below. We'll see if I remember. But today we are going to be doing another bonus puzzle. Today it is another Goats and Wolves, which the first time around I think was a little on the easy side. Didn't pose much of a challenge. We'll see if, as we ramp it up to the bonus puzzles here, if it is more intimidating or not. We will find out together after we take a look at the rules. Goats and Wolves is a puzzle in which we will divide the grid into regions by drawing straight lines along the grid lines. The grid lines here are dotted lines, and you can see we are drawing the straight lines, these blue lines, and separating things into what they're calling regions in the rules, but I also think of them as pens. The lines may only stop at dots or at the edges of the grid. So you can see that once we start drawing a line, a line along this grid line here, it would need to continue both directions all the way up into the edges of the grid. If we started drawing a line here, it needs to continue to the edge of the grid this way. This way, it may stop once it hits this dot. Line segments may turn on dots or continue straight. And in the example, actually, there are 3 dots here and all of them have turns, but the rule is saying that those don't have to be turns. The line could keep going on those dots. That would be allowed. Otherwise, though, the lines have to keep going straight to the edge of the grid. Lines may intersect each other, but cannot intersect on a dot nor branch from a dot. In other words, dots have either 0 or 2 lines touching them. And again, in this example, we mentioned that the dots all have turns. They'll have 2 lines touching them, but we could have dots that are not touching any lines at all, that are just loose in the grid. That would be allowed. Each region must contain at least 1 animal, and no region may contain 2 different types of animals. So in the example solution, you see that every pen has animals in it, and some have more than 1 animal. This one has 2 goats, but none has a goat and a wolf, so the wolves cannot eat the goats. And finally, dots may not be connected in a loop. That is to say that if this example had 4 or more dots and it were possible to draw straight lines among them to make a loop, that would not be allowed. That isn't even possible in this example. Those are the rules of Goats and Wolves, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's bonus Goats and Wolves puzzle was set by Tyrgannus. We learned when we were solving the first one that if we ever have a goat and a wolf that are right next to each other, we need to start off by marking the line segment that separates them, because those are effectively givens in the puzzle. And that gets us started. The rest of them are all a little bit more separated, so we will need to think a little harder about how we separate them. For example, this goat-wolf pair here could be separated vertically through a line that goes all the way through the grid, or could go horizontally. And unlike the first time when we solved this puzzle, it doesn't immediately jump out to me which of those is true. We're going to need a horizontal line either in this line or this line in order to separate this wolf from these goats. If we did this line, I see that we would have a problem because we would end up with an empty area over here, which is not allowed. So this must be one of the fences. That is good. Dots, let's see. Lines cannot intersect through a dot or branch from a dot. And dots are connected by exactly 0 or 2 line segments. So these can't be dead ends. We're going to have to draw another line from each of these. That's good to know. Doesn't immediately tell me which direction for either of them. Let's see. Can we disambiguate this now that we've done some work up here? Because if we tried to separate them horizontally by drawing a vertical line here, that vertical line would go all the way up, which is fine, except it would make a domino that's isolated there. So these must be separated horizontally. Well, separated vertically with a horizontal line, I guess is what I mean there. And this dot can't go south, or it would make an empty area. We could go west, or we could go north. Those both seem okay. I'm going to put a little mark there that we can't go south. This one can't go north by the same token. Because of this area. How about this one? Could this go... This can't... Well, I don't think this can go west. If it did, then... If that went west, then either this goes east and we have... an empty region here, or this goes west and we've got a larger empty region. And this has to continue in one of those two directions. So this doesn't go west. It goes east or south. Can we say anything? We need to separate... We need to have a vertical line in one of these 4 paths. 4 is a lot. One of those is going to end up being a problem quickly, I would assume. Okay, so this one's out because we've determined that can't be a line there. This one's out because it would make an empty cell right there. This one would stop there, might be okay. So it's not here, it's not here, but it could be this one. No, it can't be this one because that would make a 1 by 1 right there. So it's here. Yeah, I think I did that right. So this one, that line is given. We can't split this up any further. We can't split any of these up any further because there's only one animal in them. So nothing else is going to go north, which is nice. This can go west or north. Either way, these two get separated the way they need to. I suspect it's going to go north to tidy up that one, but I don't know how to prove that yet. This, I think we can figure out where this goes next. Can't go west because we get an empty region right there. So it goes east. Okay, good. This can't go east because we determined that this can't be split up here. Can't go west, make an empty region there. So it goes south. Okay. Learn the expected conclusion, but from the other direction. That's good. Okay, what are we left with? We have 2 dead ends we need to deal with, and we have 2 regions, this big region and this big region, where we need to separate the 2 types of animals. This line can't go west, we already determined. Can't go east because it would form this empty region. So this goes south, like so, which isolates that goat. Now, separating this wolf from these goats it can't be done from this dot anymore because that has two fences coming off of it. It can't come from this line because that would continue all the way up here and give us a problem right there. So it's going to have to be this line. And that goes up to this fence post. And from there, I think we can finish the puzzle. Let's just prove it's the only way we can do this. If this goes west, we make an empty region there. If it goes north, we make an empty region there. So it goes east, and that is going to do it. And that is how you solve a goats and wolves.